turn the programming down. Yeah. Thanks for joining us here on 10 Tampa Bay. We've got a weather impact alert, all eyes on Milton. So as you were sleeping, if you're just waking up this morning, first things first, we have another day to prepare. And I can tell you, getting to work, make sure you have plenty of gas, because I know it's tough finding some gas around the area at this time. So we're boarding up. We're actually taping up, boarding up. We don't really want to tape up this, right? So we want to board up those windows, because there could be a lot of flying objects out there with all the debris we have here in 10 Tampa Bay area. And I tell you what, as we look at this storm as a whole, I haven't seen much of a change overnight. Maybe a little wobble farther to the north with the models. So let's take a look. And the one big update, of course, as expected, as our weather team's been telling you, we have major Hurricane Milton right now with 125 mile per hour sustained winds. That pressure now falling to 945 millibars. Telling us it continues to feed off of that very warm bath water in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Notice winds could be up near, can't rule out a Category 5 as we head into later today and late tonight into Tuesday. And then as it makes a move on Florida, it's going to start to feel the effects of a jet stream, high upper level winds, and this could start to shear it apart a bit, but it's going to be so powerful that energy is going to likely expand. So don't get too caught up on going from a Category 4, 5, 4 back to a 3. It does look like big impacts for most of the state of Florida. So we're at the point right now where we know it's going to be such a powerful storm. We all need to take precautions. Check on your friends in South Florida, Central and North Florida, and make sure they have safe spots to go, because travel will not be advised for much of the state as we head through the day on Wednesday. Wednesday night into the first part of Thursday would be the biggest impacts. As far as those models and the spaghetti models go, coming into more consensus or better agreement. Notice we still have that West Coast Florida landfall anywhere from just north of Tampa back closer to Fort Myers in South Florida. So we'll continue to watch this. Every mile does matter, especially when it comes to that deadly storm surge, right? As we found out during Helene. So we're going to be watching these tracks very carefully as we head into the next 12 to 24 hours. That'll be very crucial as far as that storm surge goes. As we look at Hurricane Milton as a whole, here it is. You can see becoming better organized. You go from a 2 to a 3. There's your major hurricane status. And it's just kind of hugging the coast of the Yucatan right now. A lot of wind shear to its north, okay? The problem is it's so far to the south, it's not really feeling the effects of that shear. In fact, you see better symmetry as it starts to make that move slowly off to the east-southeast at 8 miles per hour. We take a look at our forecast storm winds, and this is why we always say don't focus on that cone so much, right? So we got to really look at the impacts. And really, for many of us, we've got a hurricane watch officially in effect for us here throughout the whole of Tampa Bay. And as we found out with these hurricanes over the last 10 years or so, a lot of folks just focus on the coastal areas, on the cone. We're not going to do any of that, because most of your fatalities over the last 10 years have been from inland flooding and flash flooding, and we could see that with this system. So unfortunately, not just a storm for Tampa and the west coast of Florida. We're talking interior areas, watching our friends in Polk County, Lakeland, all the way to Daytona Beach. This could actually still hold together as a hurricane all the way to the east coast of Florida, and some deadly flooding likely also just to the north, and that's just not even including the storm surge there. So keep that in mind. You see the envelope here. Wherever you see the yellow, that's where we could see some damaging wind gusts, and then more severe damaging wind gusts as you get closer to the actual center of the storm, where you see the orange coloring. But you can see that just the size of this as it expands, unfortunately, as it moves over Florida. As far as the tropical storm force winds, you see they will start to pick up as we wake up Wednesday morning. So we got to be where we need to go, all right, as we go into Tuesday night. Get to where you need to be by Tuesday night. First thing Wednesday, things will go downhill. In fact, the very latest from the National Hurricane Center showing Fort Myers 80% chance of those tropical storm force winds as we get into Wednesday, up to 60% plus in Tampa, and these numbers will only increase as the storm starts to move closer to home. This is one of our first looks at the local impacts. Of course, it's all about county by county, keeping you safe at home. That's what matters most. So we look at Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco County. Biggest impacts late Tuesday night. So I've got Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. to late Wednesday night. So late Tuesday night to late Wednesday night, Thursday 2 a.m. The impacts of 50 to 70 mile per hour winds, rain of 3 to 6 inches. The surge, we're still going to fine tune, and we need to go over that family plan, right? So right now the surge values based on the track would be closer to 5-6 feet, even to the north. Also toward Pinellas and Hillsborough County, looking for those big impacts again during the day Wednesday into early Thursday, winds of 60 to 80. There's that rain of 4 to 8 inches, could be a lot higher, 8 to 12 inches based on the track. It's still fine tuning the surge. There is a storm surge watch Some areas could see a surge higher than we saw during Helene. So that's what our weather team's fine tuning right now. As we toward Manatee and Sarasota County we go, notice the farther south you go, closer to where the possible landfall would be, the higher the wind gusts, 70 to 90 mile per hour winds, plus a rain of 6 to 10 inches, and a surge could be well over 10 feet, especially towards Siesta Key and Sarasota. But again, this will likely change and fluctuate a bit, so we'll continue to update that surge for you. And then as we go into inland counties, big impact, 60 to 80 mile per hour winds. There's that rain of 6 to 10 inches. Make sure you go over that storm plan for sure. With today's forecast, though, we can still prepare. We've got time out there. Here's our radar scene. There's bands of showers across the area from areas of Hillsborough County, Pasco, Hernando, Pinellas County. There will be some heavier showers at times, but overall it looks like most of the rainfall amounts would stay under an inch of rain, which is good news. In fact, you see through the day there's the showery weather. Temperatures only near 80 degrees. On that 7-day forecast, things really start to pick up with the wind and rain. So Wednesday would be the big day, especially as we go into the afternoon. Biggest impacts really for Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco County. I've got as we go into Wednesday afternoon between about 1 p.m. to very late Wednesday night in the wee hours of Thursday morning. So, of course, our weather impact alert in effect through Thursday. And behind this system, finally, some cooler and drier weather. Stay with us here on 10 Tampa Bay Plus. We will have updates throughout the day. And, of course, we'll keep you informed, prepared, and connected.